Now, I know you all have seen a million different tutorials on the Painted by Esther technique.
Who said that? Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
Test out Miss Painted by Esther's technique.
I love her like Egyptian.
Well, we're attempting the Painted by Esther blush base trend, and let me
Esther, honey.
My blush routine has never looked better, and it's all because of Painted by Esther and her take.
Gorgeous. Like, she eats it up every single time. And just like Esther, you guys have been eating up the trend. But I wanted to come to you guys and specifically give you drugstore product recommendations to help you kind of get this look. The right color story, the right products, the right formulas that you need to kind of get that super matte, super peach pink under eye look. Now, let's take a scroll on Pinterest and break down Esther's most popular looks. As you can see, her looks don't have a lot of contour, but they start with a warm golden hour bronzer and work their way into a peachy, pinky conglomerate of under eye goodness. Alright, to start, this is going to be for the beauties who are kind of in my skin tone, my skin range. So if you are in medium, but in the Curve Case by Made by Mitchell, if you are kind of 8, 8.5, 9, in Danessa Myricks Yummy Blurring Balm, or 5W in Dior Skin. If you are typically in the 345 to 365 range in Maybelline Fit Me, I feel like these products will work for you best. Alright, before we get to powders, I want to talk about creams, because I feel like whenever you lay down something with cream and then go on top with powder, it gives you more longevity, it gives you more lasting power, and I feel like it just looks better. It looks more polished, more put together. So for me, today I used the Made by Mitchell Curve Case in medium, and I used a combination of the shade Melon Sorbet, Peach Sugar, and Sweet Cheeks. So these three right here in these shades. Now, what I do is, before I go in with any foundation, I like to underpaint kind of with these colors, just because I want that base to be there. And I don't put a lot of foundation on my cheeks. I kind of just contour and leave this area to my cream blush and my powder blush. Future Camille here. If you are a little bit deeper past the 350 range, so you're in the 360, 365, 370, Danessa Myricks It Girl is a great blush that is going to show up on your skin tone and will also give you a similar look. So after I put those down and I blend them out, usually I will use a flat top brush to blend out my blush, but sometimes you want something with a little curve to work with the curve of your cheeks. I feel like when you're trying to get that blended ombre effect, working with these brushes I'm about to show you next are going to be best. So when I am looking for a smooth, evened out blush coverage, I'm going to go for like a stippling brush, just because I want to evenly blend out that cream blush that I have on. But then when I'm working with powders, or even if I'm just working with that creamy blend, I'm going to use this Real Techniques foundation brush. And then when I get to my under eye and I kind of want to get like in this area right here, I use this Real Techniques kind of cat paw structured brush to get up in those hard to get areas. Alright, on to powders. The very first palette that I recommend when it comes to blushes is this Jason Wu blush palette in Beautiful Earthling. If you want to get that Painted by Esther look technique, you're gonna love this. These two I kind of start with in the lower area, and I blend that into my contour or my bronzer depending on what I'm wearing, and then I kind of use this on the apple of the cheek to make it pop, to give you that color that you really want to stand out the most. Now after using those colors, I like to go in with a medium color, and that is this Authentic Peach blush, powder blush by Makeup Revolution. And I take this on a smaller brush, usually one of this density, and I kind of tap in and I go in that under eye area, and I go closer towards the inner corner of my eye, just like that. Now for that brightened under eye look, that peachy, that pinky bright under eye look, you're going to switch over your tool. I like to use my velour puffs just so that I can get up in that area and that I can have the maximum coverage that I need. And I like to go in with the Makeup Revolution Peach Super Matte Fix Powder. I love this powder because it claims no flashback, and I have never had flashback with it. So this will give you that brightened peach kind of color that you want in your inner eye area. All right, now just for a little more coverage, a little more color, I like to take my Juvia's Place Volume 4, and I like to take that light pink color, as you can see, with a blending eyeshadow brush. And I like to just kind of go over that inner corner area and add more color. Now you have to be careful with this because it can start looking a little crazy. So that's why you make sure you choose a fluffy fanned out eyeshadow brush, and you make sure that you are light-handed whenever you're going over the area with this. So these are all my product recommendations for the Painted by Esther Technique blush look. It took me a little while to kind of source these products, see if they worked, a lot of trial and error, but it's been about a year since I've tried them, and I really like this. I like the way it comes out. It can be a lot if you are not a blush girl, if you're not into blush, or if you're just trying. But if you want to have fun, you want to try something new, it is worth a shot. It is worth a try. I love the fact that these are all drugstore. Made by Mitchell is now at Ulta, so you should be able to get them at Ulta. And these aren't hard to find. Jason Wu was at Target, I know. But if you don't want to shop at Target, try Amazon. Try any other store that might have him. Maybe Kohl's, maybe JCPenney's, their beauty section as well. And then Makeup Revolution and Juvia's Place, of course, are going to be at Ulta. And that is all I have for this video, y'all. Let me know down below if you're gonna try this technique. Have you tried it before? Do you like it? Do you like this Painted by Esther blush look? Is it a little too much for you? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you all in another video.